articles like this are starting to come out. Why Dogecoin is going to zero. And granted, it's from a relatively small publication, but there's more as well. People on social media saying Dogecoin is done. It will never spike again. The media talking a lot as well about the Bitcoin death cross. If Bitcoin does in fact see a major downside move, Dogecoin is going to be massively negatively affected by that, because even though Dogecoin is capable of spiking up on its own, when Bitcoin falls, Dogecoin almost always does too, and normally it's even more exaggerated. So we'd like to see Bitcoin staying stable or doing well. That's the best possible territory for Dogecoin, but is it going to potentially crash 90%? We also saw Motley Fool recently coming out with an article. Yes, they are very anti-Doge. They always have been from the beginning, but they're saying as well 90% fall potential there for that. Is it true? Should we be worried? What's going to happen next? And hopefully you guys appreciate we do cover all the negative stuff too. Yes, we have a positive outlook a lot of the times when it comes to cryptocurrency, but when there's negatives to talk about, we will absolutely talk about them. So make sure to smash the like button if you appreciate the honesty and you appreciate us going over everything here when it comes to the news. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you're subscribing with notifications on to stay updated on all of this important stuff. But this right here shows the chart of what Bitcoin has done after we've seen it crossing that death cross. Right here, you can actually see specifically the numbers, and I think this is very indicative of what we may be about to see. Is the media hype overblown? Perhaps it is. Nathan as well, welcome to Silver. Thank you for coming in and joining. On 2-09-2011, we saw BTC crossing the death cross, meaning going below the year-to-date profits, minus 52.7% 1 month later. So that first one, pretty dang bad. Obviously not what we want to see. Then you look at 3 months after. Okay, down 10% from where it was, so started to rebound a lot. 6 months later, up 114%, and 1 year later, up 141%. So there, I guess perhaps that could be the reason. Well, let's go look at another date. As we see here, 10-4-2014. 20% 1 month after crossing the death cross. 42% 3 months later. Minus 48% though, then we saw 6 months after that, and minus 22% 1 year later. Okay, so that's exactly the opposite of what we saw before. Interesting, but that's the early days of it. So what if we go a little bit later on? Okay, this is a little later on. 6-09-2014. Okay, what do we see here? Minus 30%, 1.9%, 17%, minus 18%. So we did see 1 year later, 6 months later, once again going down, but nothing too crazy. I mean, that is a pretty big drop, 18%, but nothing we haven't seen before. 1609-2015. Now we're starting to get even closer and closer. This should be a little bit more what we want to be looking at for what we're going to see with if it's going to crash or not. And welcome everyone coming into live as well. This really is going to be a stat-filled show. We're going to look at all the analytics and numbers behind what's going on. When you think Final Stand, when you think the Final Stand show, think stats, analytics, and numbers, as well as a little bit of entertainment thrown there, but not always. That's a lot of information for sure. So we'll look at 2015 here. You can see 1 month later, after crossing the death cross, 14% up, actually. Interesting. 22% 3 months later, 29% 6 months later, 1 year later, 50% up. So every single period, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, it went up. Consistently going up higher and higher throughout that entire year of 2015 after crossing the death cross. Then we look at 2018, 30%, minus 16%, minus 11%, minus 39%. So that one was the exact opposite. Okay, a little bit confusing there. Basically, what you're going to start to realize here, as we look further and further, minus 26% in 2019, after cross it, 2710, 2019, 1% up after approximately 3 months, 4%, 70% up 1 year later. And this one is, I think, one of the biggest ones that we've seen by far that's going to be showing what we're going to see next. 2603, 2020, 12%. Then 18%, 449%. So 1 year after crossing the death cross, we saw it going up higher than it's ever been before. Pretty dang incredible to watch. And that was the big recent spike that we saw with it. But median here, you can see 1 month later, on average, it's gone up 12%. 3 months later, on average, it's gone up 1.9%. Okay, what about if we look at 6 months later? On average, 4.8% up, 50%. Not a single one of these, on average, has gone down overall. The biggest decrease that we've seen of any of the times is 50%, and that was 1 month later, and ended up recovering up 140% all the way toward the end, and that was at the very beginning of BTC. So we have never seen a crash of more than 50% within a single month after crossing the death cross. So all the hype, all the media that was trying to tell you, you gotta sell, it's time to get out immediately, none of us should have been listening to them. Instead, you should have been listening to the actual numbers. And this right here is very telling of that. Never trust the media. It's never a smart idea when it comes to your money. If you are trusting them, then perhaps you're letting the manipulation get to you. And there is manipulation going on within the media. People have large positions in different cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin absolutely included in that. and people in the media are working in cahoots oftentimes, and they will try to convince people to do this or that or this with stories here, stories there. Sometimes you can trust them, but you have to actually filter it, I believe, through common sense. And that's what we do here on the show. We filter all the stories through common sense. If a story looks silly, we'll say it. We'll just straight up say it. Hey, that's silly. We'll roast it. It's ridiculous. But right now we have 2,330 viewers. Let's see if we can get the like button pressed a little bit more, just for the sake of the honesty that we're talking about here. But I think it's a good idea to get out to more people. Watch out for those bears in Sandy Springs. Yes, absolutely. That's definitely a good idea to watch out for the bears. Is that where you live? Interesting. Are there bears where you live too? Perhaps there's bears everywhere. We just got to be careful about the bears all over the place. The bear markets, the bears here, the bears there. But Robinhood, speaking of bears, Robinhood being fined $70 million in record settlement over outages and misleading customers. $70 million, which means you right there, all of us, we could be about to see some money coming in if we have Robinhood. I currently use it, and I'm going to actually post a video later today showing my entire Robinhood account. I'm going to reveal my full Robinhood portfolio later today in a video. I'll show you exactly how much I have of each cryptocurrency, of each stock, exactly what I'm doing with my Robinhood. And the reason why is because this is coming out now. I think it's the perfect time. I want to be able to talk about this and how we can potentially make money from it through the lens of my own portfolio, so that way I can give more insight. And that's why I do have a lot more exchanges that I'm using. Most of my stuff is spread out very thin. So I have a lot of different money in a lot of different places, but I'm going to reveal my full Robinhood portfolio. So look out for that video. It's hopefully going to give some good insight there. Speaking of good insight, here is some of the reason why behind why China potentially is looking at now as the cryptocurrency crackdown, similar to what the DPRK does when it comes to different holidays and cracking down on stuff with the government. China seems to be doing the same thing when it comes to their government. They have the holiday 100th anniversary of the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, that doesn't sound so good. You know what? That sounds like the worst birthday party ever. 100 years of badness and treating people without the freedom they deserve when it comes to government. Come on, Chinese government. Just give people a little bit of freedom. And I say give people freedom. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be the government chooses whether or not the people have freedom. The people choose whether or not the government has freedom. That's the way it should be, but it's not set up that way in China, unfortunately. So that hopefully will change into the future, because it seems so silly to ask a government to give people freedom. The government shouldn't have to be asked. The people should have to be asked by the government. If the government can have freedom, that's the way it should be. Well, we digress. We digress a little bit. We're never gonna stop when there's things that are bad like that are happening. I don't care if people criticize me for it. I don't care if people call me out. I will continue to fight for what I believe is right now, what I think all of us can agree on should be what we should be fighting towards, which is everyone having the ability to actually have a say in what their government does. That's the way it should be. That's why cryptocurrency is something I love so much, because it does give us that say. The government has in the past had a big hold on what happens with money. What happens with the currency systems? Now the people are starting to take that back in a big way. China, clearly, not so happy about that. It's going to cost them big when it comes to financially long term. And this comes as we're seeing so much more crackdown around this 100th anniversary. Oftentimes around these holidays, they'll crack down more on stuff, basically just showing, hey, look, we're in charge and we can make your life worse for absolutely no reason, because it makes us feel powerful. Well, why would you do that, Chinese government? Just don't do that. You have an opportunity right now to change and do the right thing. That's what you should be doing, the right thing, not the wrong thing. It's as simple as that. And here is another chart. More charts, more goodness here. Bitcoin's Q2 performance, 2012 through 2021. And so basically Q2 is the period of months 3 through 6 every single time in the year. And so we have seen every single time, pretty much, it's gone up massively in Q2, except for 3 times since 2012. Minus 6.9% here, minus 7.8% there. Then we have seen, oh, look at that. Oh no, what happened? Oh, here it is. We're back. The biggest one we've seen so far, the worst Q2 that we have ever seen since 2012, with Bitcoin going down minus 40. That's a pretty dang big fall for Q2. Normally, it's a very positive time for BTC. This suggests that a lot of the past patterns we've been seeing overall when it comes to specific time periods may be off, even though we still can see a lot of indications overall with the charts. We just cannot specifically tie them directly down to time periods maybe so much anymore. That said, this could be an anomaly as well, and we could continue to see the same trend. We have never seen 2 red Q2s in a row, which means next Q2, hopefully we'll have another big spike similar to the spike we saw here of 162.7. Massive jump right there in that Q2 performance. Here's what the cryptocurrency market has been doing altogether as well, as more people start to come into the live. Welcome to the live. We do have some negative stuff to talk about. We're not going to go around that. We definitely do. But let me see what this chat here says. Have you heard about Upcoin? I have not. That sounds like a joke. That sounds like the type of thing you would say to someone on the playground. Oh, have you heard about Upcoin? No, what's Upcoin? You said Upcoin, or something like that. I don't know. Does that make any sense? That doesn't make any sense. What's up, dog? It's like that. What's Upcoin? Oh, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Is that kind of the whole point of it? I don't know. I don't know much about that. Maybe I'll look at it later. But Dogecoin down 4% in the last 24 hours, up 8% this week. Cardano, look at that, going up a stunning 0.73%. Wow, absolutely remarkable. A massive leap of less than 1% for Cardano. Nothing too crazy there. Charles Hoskinson, oh no, he's not happy, is he? He wants it to go up more. Up 11% though this week, so still doing pretty dang well. I'm still continuing to hold my Cardano, and I'll show you how much Cardano do I own on Robinhood. Well, 0, because you can't buy Cardano on Robinhood right now. How does that feel, Charles Hoskinson? I don't know. He's probably not too happy about that either. Binance Coin, up 0.03%. Oh wow, impressive. It's Binance Coin and Tether doing the same thing for the last 24 hours. Ethereum up 4.42%. Bitcoin down 2.45%. So fall for BTC. Overall, we've seen an actual increase. I believe that's wrong though. I don't think that's correct. It says increase of 5%. I do not think that's right. Oftentimes CoinMarketCap will get those percentages wrong. What Bitcoin does, if it goes down, then most likely we'll see all of cryptocurrency in terms of the total going down, because market dominance of 45%, that's just so massive, such a big pull on the market. So I don't think that's possible for that to be correct. Speaking of people who are often incorrect, let's take a look at Bill Gates here. This is what he has to say about Bitcoin. Once again, coming in and bashing BTC and cryptocurrency. Not so happy about it. He doesn't like it. Bill Gates is not a fan, and it makes sense that he's not a fan. Basically, he doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand why it's good. We saw his comment previously where he talked about how, oh, it's okay for Elon Musk to take the risk, but individual people, they're not smart enough to do that. I'm Bill Gates. I'm in Microsoft. I can do it, but they can't. The reason why, what it comes down to, Bill Gates has been around for a heck of a long time. He's not used to the newfangled stuff. In fact, I think we should definitely pay a little bit more respect to Bill Gates. I mean, after all, Bill did build the pyramids with his bare hands. That wasn't easy to do. We were wondering how did that happen. Bill Gates actually wrote the computer software program with his bare hands to build the pyramids. So pretty impressive that he did that all the way back 500 years ago. I'm still amazed Bill Gates is still around today to be able to talk about BTC. But you know what? We'll give him a break because of that. Good job with the pyramids, Bill. I really appreciate the work you put into that, the time and effort. I hope to visit them one day and see the marvel of excellence that came together with your bare hands, Bill Gates. Definitely impressive. I wonder if Bill does have any ties, though. You know, I can't quite... So we see the Chinese government and Bill Gates both kind of saying negative things about BTC. You know, I just can't quite put my finger on why that could be. I wonder why Bill Gates isn't so into cryptocurrency right now. I just can't think of any ties he may have with the Chinese government. I just can't. I don't know. Do you guys know any? Does he happen to know anyone in the Chinese government? Maybe. Yeah. Get back to me. The people who are watching or just listening are going to be so confused right now. They're going to be so confused. Yeah, I wonder. What the heck is Bill Gates' tie? Here's a picture of him with Xi Jinping, who is the communist leader of China, the People's Republic of China. And I don't know. I mean, Xi Jinping, he doesn't seem... I've never heard any stories of him doing anything too terrible or anything like that. So I don't know what specifically he does behind the scenes, but I would like to see overall the Chinese government being better when it comes to freedom. There's a picture of Bill and the Chinese government meeting together. Who knows? Maybe it was just a friendly meeting. Maybe Bill is actually trying to do the right thing. We're not going to be too hard on Bill, but sometimes Bill does stuff we don't like. Sometimes the Chinese government does stuff we don't like, and we'll call them both out for that. But yes, it's partly a joke. I'm not necessarily saying that he has direct ties with them, because I don't have specific evidence of that, but it could be the case. I wouldn't be that surprised if to some degree it was. Young investors are abandoning stocks for crypto and making millions. Take a look at these 2 young investors putting money in it to crypto instead of stocks. It's smart, especially right now with the stock market looking to be at a point where it could break any second. We have seen some positive news not even causing the market to go up, which is rare when it comes to the stock market. It normally goes up on positive news. It has not been doing that lately, a sign that most people are kind of all the way into the point where they're going to go when it comes to that. Crypto will have a big avenue to slide into. There's no question about that. But yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. And yeah, it is frustrating. You're right. It is frustrating to see people talking about Dogecoin crashing 90% because I showed you the stats at the beginning of this video. It has such a small statistical probability of happening. Technically, it is possible, but with such a small probability of happening, I don't think it's fair for people to be saying that. And so that's why I wanted to come here and answer the question, will it crash 90%? Some people saying it'll crash to 0. which is ridiculous, which is impossible, actually. It can't crash to zero. Physically speaking, it's impossible money-wise. And in fact, it's actually impossible for it to crash more than, I mean, it can only go to some degree because some wallets are stagnant. I guess technically, maybe they could somehow find their keys again, whoever owns them, or maybe the family could. Possible, very unlikely though. Maybe the keys are written down on a sheet of paper, hiding somewhere in a drawer, and all you have to do is go and find the drawer, and then you have the keys to access the crypto, and you can sell all of it. Whereas we thought it was a stagnant wallet, perhaps not. Love from Ian at Jimmy, interesting, Jimmy Savile. I'm not entirely sure what that is, but love to you as well. Thank you for the chat. But yeah. Oh, you're definitely right. Yeah, some people are upset about the title, but the title is directly in response to the people who are saying it's going to crash 90%. Some people saying it'll even crash more than that. So that's what the title is. Never look at the title. Be careful, because sometimes my titles, I'll put them out there in response to something, but actually watch the video first and see what I'm saying before making a decision. Don't just go off the title to make a decision. That's never a smart idea, in my opinion. I don't think you should do that with anyone's videos, ever. But someone said Upcoin's bad. You know what? I'm going to pull it up. You piqued my curiosity. I get people email me all the time. Hey, look at my coin. Look at this coin. Promote this, promote that. I want to see you talk about here, talk about there, talk about this. And normally I just ignore it. But you know what? I'm interested in Upcoin now. I want to see what it is. I want to see what utility it has. Maybe it's the best coin out there. Upcoin. Upcoin crypto. Upcoin, world's safest, most convenient. Everyone says they're the safest and most convenient. Everyone does. But maybe do they have a specific use case? Maybe we'll check out their website right now. What if Upcoin, perhaps the opportunity of a lifetime that we've all been missing this entire time because no one told us about it? But finally, the commenters come to the rescue and tell us about Upcoin, if it'll even load. Maybe it just doesn't want to load. We'll see. Upcoin, would you like to load, sir? Okay, maybe. I'm not sure if it wants to load. Oh well. I mean, it says there, we are open, free to leave your feedback. It'll help you improve. It's frustrating. Okay, well, I'm going to look up Upcoin price. Maybe that'll work better. Man, internet. Come on, Starlink. What's taking you so long? We're waiting, Starlink. What do you think about Doge? Oh, I talked about Doge previously. I mean, I like the fact they're not doing anything shady. I do like that. I do think that's good. I have not seen them doing anything shady. They seem to be relatively straightforward about what they're doing. I like straightforward coins. I think that's the best way to go about it, for sure. Someone actually clipped me from what something I said about it a month ago or something. I was shocked. How did someone find me talking about that from a month ago in a live and then post it? I was surprised. Upcoin it to the moon. What if it's the best coin ever? Who knows? But yeah, it won't let me look at it, so I don't know. Like, what am I supposed to do? Either Wi-Fi works or it doesn't. Maybe it was a specific one that wasn't working. Here we go. We can see here. Upcoin chart. Okay, it doesn't seem to have anything there. Upcoin, nothing there. Data coins. Yeah, is this even a real? I mean, it is a real coin because I saw it there. I mean, someone would have made it probably by now. Okay, let me try going back to their website again. Maybe it'll work now. Maybe it'll work. Let me see what this chat says as well. Jack Dorsey tweeted today that Hamster Coin will contend against Favor. I don't think so, but they're up over 200% today. Wow. Thoughts? It's on Pancake. So Hamster Coin. I didn't even see Jack Dorsey's tweet on that. Maybe I need to follow Jack Dorsey more closely on what he's saying if he's capable of moving markets to that degree. Even though the reason why I haven't followed him is just because I've been a little bit displeased with some of the things he's done in the past. But I think he does have an opportunity right now to really make up for those and definitely get in the good favor of a lot more people if he really comes through and makes up for what he's done. But what he's done specifically that I'm referring to, sometimes when it comes to if he allows people to say certain things, I don't know. I would like him to let anyone say whatever the heck they want. But, I mean, it's his platform. I guess he can do what he wants on it. I do enjoy Twitter overall. I definitely spend a decent amount of time on there. Everyone is selling. No one is selling from the title. I think people know you don't sell based on titles. You sell based on information. But yeah, I don't see it anywhere. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, it doesn't sound like a good crypto. I mean, maybe it is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't. Perhaps it's something. Yeah, I don't know. I'll say right now, I don't plan to put any money into it. It kind of sounds a little bit scammy. I know nothing about it, but just based on the name, just based on the fact that I'm just hearing about it for the first time now, my guess is it's some kind of scam or something. I don't know. Well, I'll have to look more into it maybe. But that's interesting. That's definitely interesting. AMP to the moon. But I'm gonna go and look at Jack Dorsey's tweet now. Let's see what Jack Dorsey had to say. Hamster coin. Is hamster coin going to the moon? Look at that. Oh, he responded to something about Dogecoin too. So he just did this 7 hours ago. Rep Sherman says the biggest threat to Ethereum is Dogecoin. That's awesome. He's right. Yeah, it's true. And Shibtoshi Nakamoto responding, I don't fear the Doge, I love the Doge. Yeah, you're right about that. You don't have to fear the Doge, embrace it. But yeah, the biggest threat to Ethereum is in fact Dogecoin. Jack Dorsey tweeting that out. That's a very positive thing. Hopefully we'll see Jack embracing Doge a little bit more. His relationship with Elon Musk is blossoming. So who knows? But hamster coin, he's saying hamster coin is better than Ethereum and Dogecoin. Ah, come on, Jack. Hamster coin, really? Let me take a look at hamster coin. Let me see what that's all about. Hamster coin sounds like another scam potentially. I don't like it. But maybe it's good. Maybe it's the best coin ever, and I'm underrating it. Hamster coin. Yeah, you know, I guess I do need to follow Jack more closely. I mean, the information is important. Regardless, I shouldn't let any personal thing go in the way of information. So yeah, I'll follow him more closely now. We'll see what he's saying. But Jack Dorsey suggests hamster coin as threat to Ethereum. That's funny. I don't see hamster coin price anywhere though. Can we see it? Hamster coin price. What is the price? Apparently up 200%. That's a lot. Don't see anything there. Don't see coin ranking here. Okay, maybe we can find it. There we go. Hamster coin price is $0. Nope, still nothing. You know what? Maybe I'll make a whole entire video on this. Here we go. We can see it here. Hamster coin market cap. Oh, look at that. Okay, so some weird movement here over the last day. Interesting. So up, down, up, down, up, down. A tiny, tiny coin right now. Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it more. But anyway, I'm Matt Wass. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.